Good morning, family. My name is Carla Rose. I'm checking in from the island today and I'm going to be your Pilates instructor. Please note, this is not a beginner's postnatal workout. This is also not a prenatal workout. This workout is for intermediate mummies, family and friends. So I am 6 months postnatal currently, and I have done a lot of work on my abdominal region, my core, my spine, my posture, etc. So I'm feeling really strong and able. I have no diastasis recti, and when I look down in certain exercises, I've got no doming of the belly. So I'm feeling really ready and prepared to take it up a level. So if that's you, go ahead and grab your mat, go ahead and grab your friends and family. I'm using a Pilates ball today just for 1 or 2 exercises. If you don't have this, no stress. You can just grab a small cushion, a pillow, and it's going to do the same thing. So without further ado, let's get moving. So I want you to just take a nice stance. Your feet are hip distance apart and your posture is nice Pilates posture, shoulders back and down, neutral hip position, and ribs over hips, hips over knees. From here, I just want you to place 2 hands onto your chest just by your heart, and we're just going to take a few big breaths in and out through the nose. Just to find a moment of stillness before we get moving. In through the nose, pulling it down through the diaphragm, through the rib cage. Just watch your breath. Thank yourself for taking the time today to find a bit of time for yourself and to find a little bit of stillness. And open your eyes, drop your hands. Get that stance a little bit wider than hip distance apart, arms up by your shoulders, and I just want you to reach from side to side. So reaching with those fingertips, making it nice and dynamic. So inhale, reach. With every exhale, reaching further. Inhale to center, exhale, reach. Now as you're inhaling and exhaling here, I want you to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth for me. Go ahead and turn those palms facing forward, reach back with your arms, so opening up that chest, and then give yourself a big hug. Reach back, big hug. There's a slight bend in your knees here. Remember that nice posture, think nice length, tall, the crown of your head lifting up. Last one. Go ahead and open those legs a little bit wider for me. If you want, you can turn them slightly outwards. And from here, you're just going to inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Let the head hang nice and heavy. Hang here for a few moments. Inhale, your knees are bent. Exhale, place your hands on the ground and extend those legs as much as possible, feeling the stretch of the back of your legs. Inhale, bend those knees, head nice and heavy. Exhale, extend. Inhale through the nose, bend again. Exhale, extend. Just go as far as you can, pressing the hips up. One more time. And extend. Slowly roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. From here, I want you to go down into a nice deep squat. So coming down, pushing those hips back, but maintaining a nice neutral spine position. We're going to hold it here nice and low, hands in prayer. From here, I want you to just lift the heels up and down, up, down. Tiny little lift if you want. If you want to make it harder, go higher with those knees. Try to keep the body nice and stable. So really tighten that T-zone. I'm going to refer to the T-zone as you lifting your pelvic floor and tightening your transverse abdominis. So the bottom line of the T is your pelvic floor. And the horizontal line is your transverse abdominis. Think of someone pulling a corset nice and tight behind you, your T-zone. Staying nice and low. From here, drop the hands. You can see with the feet, I'm gonna go out. So let the feet go out. Bring them in nice and vertical. Out, in. Try to stay low here. So you're not coming up and down each time. Just try to stay nice and low. The thighs already burning. I feel you guys. Keep going, stay with me. 2, try to go lower into that squat if you can. Last one, hold it here, arms come out. Breathe, align, think length, reach up, squeeze those glutes as you come up. Just move those hips, left to right. Really well done, guys. I can feel that sweat already starting to build, feeling that heat. From here, turn your feet out slightly. And I just want you to come down to a couple of pulses. So pulse, 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 nice and low. Opening up those knees, squeezing those inner thighs. If you want an option to make it harder, reach up overhead, pull down, up, down, up to make it easier. Don't go as low, come to up here to make it harder. Let's get lower. Breathe, align, enjoy, come back up. Nice job. Let's go ahead and turn that right foot straight on and meet that left foot with it as if you're setting up for a nice lunge position. From here, hinge at the hips, keeping those legs nice and extended, and come forward. Reach those arms overhead, keeping a nice flat back, and back up. Reach forward again. So inhale, prepare your T-zone. Exhale, reach with those fingertips, think nice and long. Keep those legs nice and extended. Really hinge from the hips, guys, so nothing else is moving because it's like a door. It's hinging at those hips. Reach. Nice work. One more here. Think length. From here, I want you to go ahead and go into a lunge. So drop that knee down to 90 degrees. Lift up those hands, clasp them together. Small pulses. Think shoulders back and down, but reach up with those 2 fingertips, and your knees are a nice 90-degree angle. To make it easier, don't go down as far. Don't let those ribs flare out. And rest, coming back up. Extend the back leg, keep the front leg nice and bent. Now drop that knee down, extend. Drop that knee down, extend. Try and stay nice and low. Last one. And go ahead and straighten out that front leg. Drop the hands down by that foot and just breathe here. If your back foot is not fully down to the ground, that's okay. Just go as far as you can. And if you're not reaching all the way down, that's fine too. Just go up to about your knee height. Just make sure that back is nice and flat. Really nice job. From here, go ahead and drop down onto your knee. Bring the other knee down so your knees are hip distance apart. Hands directly underneath your shoulders. Curl the toes under. Take a few breaths in and out here. Find your nice flat back position. So give me a big butt. Give me a small butt, tuck it in. And then find that neutral position, that position where I could really balance a tray of drinks on your back. A few breaths here. From here, I want you to inhale, prepare your T-zone. So tighten those abs. Exhale, lift those knees gently off the ground. Take a few breaths in and out here. Press through the hands. Lift the rib cage as if it's going up into your shoulder blade so that you lift the upper torso. It's not sagging under. And an option to make it harder, I want you to pulse those knees in, just in and out. And again, maintaining that flat back. Nothing is moving but my knees, so my T-zone is nice and tight. Keep breathing, keep hovering. And release. Go ahead and push those legs back so you're in a nice down dog position. From here you can drop the heels, lift them back up. So getting that nice stretch in the back of your legs. Lifting the hips, pressing through the hands. An option to make this a little bit harder, go ahead and grab hold of that right leg. Oh, I need a little bit more room here. Go ahead and grab that right leg and lift it up, back down. So fully extend it, point the toe, you're lifting up and down. Again, the only thing moving here is my leg. My hips are nice and square. My T-zone is tight. One more. Back in. Let's do the other side. So the option to make it harder, if that's too hard for you, go ahead and stay in that downward dog. Pressing through the hands. Push, push, push. Lift the hips. Back in. And release those knees back down. Go ahead and stretch into a nice child's pose. Reach with the hands, pull back with the hips. From here, I want us to go ahead and do the other side of that lunge. So coming back up, this time putting the other foot in front. For me, it's my left side. And stepping back up. We'll start with that hinge. So inhale, prepare. Exhale. Hinge at the hips. Reach forward with those fingertips. Inhale. Really nice work, guys. Really think length. Keep that spine nice and neutral. Nice flat back. Last one here. From here, coming up, let's go ahead and drop that knee down into that 90-degree angle and pulse. Option here to make it harder, reach those arms overhead. Don't let your ribs flare out. Keep your shoulders back and down, your chin slightly tucked in. Almost there. Keep that T-zone nice and tight. Hold it here. Now you're just going to extend that back leg, drop it down. Fully extend, drop it down. Option to drop the hands if you like. Place them on your hips or by your side. Really make sure that nice neutral spine is happening, not too much arching in the low back. One, release. Go ahead and straighten both legs, bend down into that stretch. Option to come up to about your knee. Breathe. Find a moment to catch your breath. And coming back into that downward dog. So reaching that foot back, pressing through the hands. From here, we will do a little variation on the hover. So you're going to bend those knees, bring them down to the mat. Don't let them touch though. Press them back up. So they're just coming to 1 inch off the ground. Back up. Really press through the hands, push through the shoulders. Keep yourself nice and aligned. Drop those knees down. Tighten that T-zone. Nice work, guys. We've got one more here. And then we're going to drop the knees and give me a few pulses in, in. Maintain that flat back. Push through the hands. Relax the neck. and release those knees. Nice work. Move those hips from left to right. Move those shoulders as well. Do what feels really good. From here, come nicely onto your side. So there's a nice long line between your hand, your shoulder, your hips, and your knee. We are going to put the heels together, so knees together, heels together, and you're going to lift the knees just off the ground. So inhale, T-zone. Nice and tight. Lift the knee, the heels off the ground. Exhale. Inhale, prepare those deep abs. Squeeze the glute, exhale. Lift that knee. And back down. Squeeze the glute before you lift the knee. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale. Squeeze up. So remember, you're squeezing the glute before you lift the knee. If you find that you're wobbling all over the place, then you need to tighten your T-zone. So your pelvic floor and deep abdominals. If you find you're falling backwards, don't open the knee so far back. So just open it less and place your hand just here, resting. So I'm not pushing all my weight onto my hand, I'm just resting it down. You want to make sure there's a nice gap between your waist and the floor. So if you need to, pop your top hand on your hip and press it down to remind yourself of that. From here, you're going to inhale, prepare, squeeze the glute, exhale, open, kick the leg back, squeezing and lengthening, back in, exhale, inhale, bring it back, squeeze the glute, exhale, open the knees, squeeze the heels. So that glute is really switched on. That's where you're going to feel it. It's a nice glute exercise. Maintain the gap between the waist and the floor. Tighten that T-zone. Lengthen that leg. If I look down, I shouldn't be able to see my foot because it's just behind, slightly behind my body. It's not so much behind though that I'm arching the lower back. It's just slightly behind and really nice and extended. Think length. Keep those ribs to hips, so think pull ribs to your hips for this one. Last one here, and release. Bring those heels back down to the floor. From here, straighten that top leg and lift it to about hip height, so it's just off the ground. The leg is nice and pointed. You're going to inhale, prepare that T-zone. Exhale, reach the leg back and up. Inhale, forward and down to about hip height. Exhale, back and up. So you're drawing a little rectangle with your foot. This exercise is called rectangles. It works the buttocks muscle. Exhale, down and up. So inhale, prepare, reach the leg back, up, forward and down. Back, up, forward and down. So really switch on that T-zone here and only reach the leg as far back as you can without your back arching. So if you feel your back arching, then go ahead and make those rectangles smaller. Keep your leg coming back to hip height, so don't let it drop any further than hip height. Try and maintain the gap between your waist and the floor. So that's over here. And think really extend that leg, squeeze that glute. You're doing so well, guys. Well done. Almost there. Few more. Last one. From here, keep it at hip height. I just want you to lift, lift, lift tiny pulses. So really think length, point that toe, maintain the gap, tighten the T-zone. Breathe, and go ahead and release that leg, tap out that butt. bring this bottom leg a little bit forward, so a little bit more forward. From here, maintain that nice gap between the waist and the floor, and reach that top leg so it's about hip height again. From here, inhale, prepare your T-zone, lift that leg to about parallel so that it's knee over knee. Exhale, point the toe, so fully extend the leg, flex the foot and bring it back down. So this one's called bicycle. Inhale, prepare, bring that knee up so it's over the other leg, extend, flex and bring it back down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, flex the foot, bring it back in. So again, keep the leg at about hip height, fully extend the leg before you flex the foot. So bring it over that knee, fully extend, point the toe, then flex the foot, bring it back down. A nice big sweep back down. You're gonna feel this one in your buttocks for sure. Think T-zone. And don't tuck your pelvis too much under. So really think length with that tailbone. Neutral spine. Give me one more here. And release. Go ahead and straighten both legs. Tap out that butt here. And we will stretch it out in a moment. Come back onto... So lying back onto your, come back, roll onto your backs. From here, bring those knees in so you could just kind of stretch out that butt a little bit. You can do some circles if you like. Okay, and this is where we're gonna go ahead and grab our mini ball. If you don't have one, just grab a couch cushion. It's exactly the same thing. So, what's really important here is I want you to make sure you have a nice imprinted spine. This means there's not so much of a gap between your back and the mat. So pull your abdominals as close you can to the mat as possible. So your spine is nice and imprinted. It's going to support your abs. So inhale, prepare that T-zone. Exhale, lift both legs up. Go ahead and point them right here. Exhale. Inhale, prepare your T-zone. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders off the mat. Squeeze into that ball. Think ribs to hips. Inhale, back down. Prepare the T-zone. Exhale, head and shoulders slightly off the mat. Back down. Keep going here. Think ribs to hips. Think length with those legs. Squeeze that ball. To make it harder, squeeze even more. Or lift your head and shoulders a little bit higher. To make it easier, don't go as high. To make it easier, drop the legs to about 90-degree angle. If not, choose your position. Go ahead and inhale, prepare, exhale up, hold it here. From here, your right leg is going to flex. Come down, point the toe, bring it back up. Flex, reach down, point back up. If you want to make this easier, drop your head and shoulders. And if you want to make it harder, bring them off the mat. But maintaining that nice abdominal tension. So keeping the lower back into the ground, into the mat, supporting your pelvic floor and deep abs. And release. Go ahead and bring those legs back down before we do the other side. A few breaths here. Okay, inhale, prepare, exhale, lift. Inhale, prepare, exhale, lift that head and shoulder off the mat. Squeeze into that ball. Other side, flex the foot, bring it down, point the foot back up. Really nice work. I know it's hard, my abdominals are burning, but maintain that spinal position. Remember, to make it easier, drop your head and shoulders or bring your legs down to 90 degrees. And release. From here, you can go ahead and drop that ball down to the side, so we only need it for a short while. Bring those legs into a 90-degree angle. Open up, so create a diamond shape, pushing the heels together. And from here, drop your head and shoulders, arms by your side. Inhale, prepare, exhale. press the legs away. Inhale, exhale. So to make this harder, drop the legs even further down, but make sure that you've got that imprinted spine, your abs are nice and protected. To make it easier, then you're gonna go ahead and reach those legs a little bit further up. So at a higher angle. Dun, dun, ba. Almost there, guys. Squeeze those heels together. Stay with me. Last one. Bring those legs back into a diamond shape. Here, go ahead and take your cushion or your ball. Inhale, prepare. Exhale. Squeeze the knees together, squeezing those inner thighs. Inhale, open, grab the ball. Exhale. As I'm exhaling, I'm wrapping up my core. So I'm zipping up that pelvic floor. I'm thinking ribs to hips. 2 more like this. Last one. Now go ahead and just squeeze. Squeeze that ball or that cushion as much as you can with those inner thighs. And go ahead and release. Grabbing hold of those knees. Again, you can roll them out or you can roll from side to side, getting a nice roll out of that lower back. Go ahead and go on to the other side. So the side that you've not done yet for the clam. Reaching that arm overhead, making sure you've got enough space here to perform those rectangles and lengthen that foot. So nice long line between your hand, shoulder, hips and knee. Make sure that your both heels are together. Inhale, prepare the T-zone. Exhale, lift both knees up. Squeeze the heels together. Exhale. Inhale, prepare. Squeeze the glutes. Open the knee. Let's keep that gap between the waist and the floor. Squeeze the heels together. Squeeze the glute before you lift the knee. Only lift the knee up as far as you can go without flying backwards. So maintaining that neutral spine and keeping that T-zone nice and tight. You got it, guys. Really working those glutes. Light, feathery touch onto those fingers if you've got them here. If not, if you want to resist the temptation of pressing hard onto them, go ahead and place it onto your hip. Push down so that you've got that space. Okay, let's go ahead into clam 2 kick out. So inhale, prepare, squeeze the glute, lift the knee, kick it out, bring it back in. So really think extension here, length, point that toe, squeeze the glute. I'd rather you go slow, giving me nice quality movement, keeping those abs nice and tight. Think ribs to hips. As I look down, I can't really see my foot. Remember, you can take water or breaks at any time you like. But if you can, keep that nice tension the whole time, it would be great. Okay, let's go for one more here. Hold that leg up and give me those tiny pulses. So just a small pulse. Maintain that tension, no rib flare. And release. Go ahead and bring that leg back down, but lengthen it out to about hip height. From here, inhale, prepare. Exhale, the leg goes back and up. I'm going to come forward a little bit here. So inhale, prepare, exhale, leg goes back and up, forward and down. Maintain that T-zone, back, up, forward, down. So remember, we're drawing a nice little rectangle with our toe. So think of it as your big toe is like a pencil and you're drawing a nice rectangle, back, up, forward, down. So really only drop that leg to hip height. Think length with that pencil, tighten that T-zone, back, up, front, forward. And your toe is really reaching, so your glute is nice and switched on. I'm not rocking with my pelvis, and I've got a nice neutral arch in my back. It's a nice neutral spine, sorry. Let's go for one more here. And then go ahead and hold that leg at hip height. Lengthen, think squeezing the glute, lengthen through the leg, and nice long spine. My shoulders are back and down, my ribs are not flaring out. And then give me those little pulses. Nice, firm, supported abdominals here. And release. From here, bring that leg, that front knee in slightly. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, bring that knee up. Point, fully extend that toe. Flex the foot, bring it back down. So we're going straight into bicycles. Inhale, knee comes up. Point the toe, flex the foot, push it back down. So again, abdominals nice and tight here. Supporting T-zone. Really extend that leg out, so really push, point that toe forward and fully extend the leg before you flex and push it down. Again, don't drop the leg lower than hip height when you bring it in. And you want that top knee to be over that bottom leg, so they're nice and parallel as they come in. Keeping the pelvis nice and still. Body is nice and long. Nice work, guys. Couple more, I promise you. We're just really working those glutes today. And hold it up here. Point the toe. Just hold for me, okay? Just stay with me. It's just the last part of this movement session. And release. Go ahead and tap that butt out. Roll yourself back onto your backs here. You can go ahead and bring those knees in, open up your knees. Bring your right leg over your left knee. Bring your hands in through the back of your thighs. Bend that leg and pull in that knee into your chest as much as you can. You're going to feel that nice stretch in the glute and in your hips. And you can go ahead and press if you can, with your right elbow, press that knee out slightly. You're going to feel the stretch more. Breathe. With every exhale, just pushing more into the stretch if you can. Reach both legs overhead and just flex and point. So don't worry if you can't get your legs fully extended. You'll get there. It takes a bit of time. And then go ahead and cross over. Bring your hands underneath the back of your leg there. Bend that knee, pull in towards your chest. If you can, press that knee out with your elbow. And just breathe. From here, the feet go flat onto the mat, and then just inhale, prepare, exhale, tuck the pelvis under slightly, and vertebrae by vertebrae, just come up, lifting those hips up and just getting a nice stretch there, pushing the glutes, squeezing the glutes together, lifting the hips up, ribs are not flaring. And I'm just stretching here, so just taking the time to just stretch out. If you want to reach your arms overhead as an option, only do so if you don't arch the back. And just stretch so you can press those hands into the ground and just get a nice stretch here. A few breaths. And slowly roll back down. From here, let's just finish as we started. So just find a comfortable position. Neutral spine, or even place your legs up against the wall. That feels brilliant. Hands on your chest, so by your heart. Close your eyes. And breathe. Big expansive inhales through the nose Exhale through the mouth. Just find a moment of stillness. Of release. Breathe into your hands, into your heart, send the breath to your heart. And just express a moment of gratitude to yourself for showing up today and investing in yourself. And remind yourself that at any time during the day you can just find a moment of stillness by just placing your hands on your heart and breathing. Remind yourself of this moment. And you can stay here as long or as short as you like. When you're ready, just open those eyes back up. And you are finished today's movement session. So I would like to thank you for joining me today. If you liked the video, go ahead and like and comment and let me know so I can send more videos your way. Thank you so much, guys. I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.